It's summertime and the heat is rising. At least where I live, we're in a heat wave. So, what better way to escape than to check out the new Turkish Netflix drama Last Summer? It's got beautiful landscapes and some character conflict. But is that going to be enough? During summer vacation in a beachside town, 16-year-old Denise seeks the affection of his childhood crush and navigates a love triangle. So it's 1997 at a vacation resort. A handful of teenagers reconnect for the summer for fun, partying, and of course, romance. Denise is the younger brother of a girl who has many friends at the resort, and he becomes smitten with one of his sister's friends. So like I said, the landscapes and scenery are absolutely beautiful. The vacation resort is right at the beach, so naturally we get to see some great scenes of the ocean and the framing beach. There are also many times where the characters go out to a cliff where we are treated to just this wide spectacle of the deep blue ocean. Now, we're told that Denise is a few years younger than his sister and her friends, but his appearance really contradicts this. He's tall and lanky with some good stubble of a beard. We're told that he'd changed physically in a drastic way, and this helps to allow him to fit in more with the older crowd. The girl he crushes on is named Asli, and she is sweet but also wildly frustrating. Through most of the story, it's very obvious to everyone that Denise is crushing on her, but she pretty much only teases him along. There are times, though, that she seems sincere in her flirting back to Denise, but then there are other moments where it strictly feels like she's leading him on because she likes the attention. I like that the story has the central focus on Denise and it maintains that focus. While we do get some minor surrounding drama, just about everything we watch has to do with Denise and his pursuit of Asli. Now, one thing that's pretty lacking for most of the cast is character development. We learn a little bit about Asli, more obviously about Denise, and then virtually nothing about anyone else. We understand the rest of the kids are all waiting to hear about their college placement tests and that they like to party, but other than that, they're strangers, and that's okay because they don't contribute much to the outcome of the story. The drama is really filled with a lot of angst and sexual tension. Obviously, most of this comes from Denise as he longs for attention from Asli, but we get to see it with some of the supporting characters as well. There are some consisting of what we only assume will be summer flings. There's no consequences or long-term attachments, just fun and connection for a handful of weeks. Something that I like that draws the camera's focus but isn't made too big of a deal is the way that Denise is constantly balancing things, whether they're utensils, rocks, or even random bits of bark. This helps to illustrate how he is trying to find and create balance in his own life. He's very aware that he's the younger of the group and that he doesn't really fit in with them, even if they do allow him to tag along. And he's attempting to find his way and even discover who he is. And all the while he's doing this, he's trying to reconcile his feelings for a girl who sometimes only sees him as a type of younger brother. The story did a really good job of creating an emotional and engaging atmosphere. I became more and more invested in Denise and his pursuit, but also his emotional well-being. I had a small sense of dread through a lot of this because he is blind to the neutral feelings that come from Asli, and he still continues to pursue her. We as the audience can read the clues and become fairly certain that things are going to end in disappointment for him, which then just creates heartbreak. The film is an hour and 41 minutes, and it moved along really well. It felt like a great length because there was enough time to create a story that drew me in and follow the progression of the summer romance, but not so long that it got repetitive or even boring. The story sometimes employs some good moments where there's no dialogue too, which allows the music to play over sequences that show time passage. And these scenes convey the message without needing to explain with dialogue. Had they taken the time to fill in some of the emotion that we're watching with words then, it would have felt just longer than necessary. Overall, this summer romance drama allows us to connect with a charismatic and sympathetic lead while rooting for his success and then understanding that he may not actually achieve his relationship goals. The scenery is beautiful and the main players work together to create a convincingly frustrating game of tease and tension. There's sex, maybe some very brief nudity, a bunch of profanity, and some violence. I give Last Summer 4 out of 5 couches. Did you ever have a summer fling? Discuss in the comments if you're brave enough. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me. Summertime and the living is easy.